Hi, this is your BBC Lady Red Rose Urban Missionary. I'd like to start by saying that I was Rosemary Zulu and he put a ring on it, and I'm now Rosemary Kiri. And welcome to my page. In case you're joining us for the very first time, this is BBC, Beauty with Brains and Character. Basically, we believe that it's possible to have the beauty, to have the brains, and still have the character, because we believe that your beauty, your brains can bring you before kings, before queens, before presidents, but it's actually your character that will sustain you. So today I'm very excited. I'm here with a very dear young sister of mine, but when it comes to academics, she's a bit, yeah. So she loves school. Everyone who would describe her in one word, they would say school. Great. So today we'll concentrate so much on the brains, okay? Because she loves school. So I want to just pick a few nuggets from her and how we can sort of get started in case we just finished high school or we just did our undergraduate and so on. Yeah. So before we continue, welcome and please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you for having me on the page. My name is Mary. Speaking of what she said, I was a Silalesia and now I'm a Simutangum.
Come on. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm very happy to be on the page.
Great. So why do you think people like to refer you to someone who loves school?
Okay, so I'm a person that loves school. It's very evident because I'm always talking about the next thing.
Great.
In terms of academics. For anyone who I meet, I think most of the questions that I'll ask is, okay, so what are you doing right now? What are you planning to do? What are you studying? What are you going to get out of what you're studying in terms of your future career and things like that.
Great.
So because of that, I guess, and also because I share a lot of posts on scholarships that are around and stuff like that.
Yeah, great. Yeah, to be honest, like one of the things that I admired about Mary was the fact that she's well connected to these like networks. If you want to, you're looking for a free scholarship for a master's, PhD, whatever you can mention it, she's the girl to go to. Yeah. So yeah, we are working out something together, so yes, yeah. So yeah, we'll keep you posted. So for now, it's not about me, it's about you who are watching. So Mary, how do you start to love school? Like, how do you know which course to do, which field to invest your energy, your monies and everything in? Like, how do you know? Can you share with us a few nuggets about how you got here?
Okay, so to answer the how would you know, especially for someone who's coming out of high school, the one thing that I do say is look at what you love to do, and also look at what bothers you.
Oh, great.
So one of the things that one can do is when you look in your community, especially because as believers we're looking to improve the quality of life of people around us. So what is it that is bothering you? What is it that is missing that you think you can add to? And then from there you can begin to search around, okay, what kind of courses or what kind of programs address such kind of issues, and also in terms of what you like to do. I mean, there are not as many Zambians that would say I'm going to university to study music or arts, but even that is something that you can actually study.
Great.
Yeah.
So Mary, you seem to have like a perfect academic background, right? Like it's like you finished your high school and you knew exactly what you wanted to study. Is it?
No.
Oh, really?
It actually isn't.
Okay. Can you please share with us?
So one of the reasons why I share a lot in terms of training opportunities, scholarships, educational opportunities and things like that is because I believe that when people have the knowledge that there's something like this out there, they'll make deliberate steps towards that. For me, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to study from the very beginning, and I chose my undergraduate not really based on because that's what I wanted to study or that was something aligned to my interests, but it's because I thought, okay, it's the happening thing.
Wow.
There's not many people in this field, so when I'm done, I'll make a lot of money and stuff like that. That's how I chose my course. But even when I was doing that course, at some point I knew this wasn't
Wow.
for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So just what about, maybe before I ask this question, what about for your postgraduates? You know, did you do something that was in line with what you feel God has called you to do, or as usual it was like, you know, an opportunity to study abroad? Why not jump on it? you
Yeah.
know?
Well, it started out as an opportunity to jump on, but also I tailored it in terms of the scholarship required you to, like, they said you can pick any course
great.
that you want to study. So for me, I picked my course based on what I was doing at the time.
Oh, great.
So I was working with a lot of Chinese companies that were doing business in Zambia, and I was exposed to a lot of different types of businesses. So then I researched to say, okay, what kind of course would I study that will help me facilitate or service the people I'm working with even better.
Great.
That's how I chose international business.
Wow.
It has the business aspect in that the people that I was around were doing business,
Great.
and then it had the international aspect where it wouldn't only be about the Chinese, but it would be about the Americans
great,
and the
great,
Koreans
great,
and
great,
and
great.
other nationalities.
But was it fulfilling? Like, did you enjoy doing that masters?
Definitely.
Great.
Definitely, because while I was even doing the masters, I was also opportune to go through a leadership
Great.
program. So it trains young African leaders.
Wow.
So everything in terms of it just was amazing how everything just connected
Great.
together.
That's great. So Mary, do you have any sort of advice in case I'm just coming from high school, I ain't got money to go to uni, you know, or maybe I want to study abroad? Do you think there are opportunities out there for someone to study and just develop themselves?
There are so many opportunities, very many opportunities
so-
for one to advance and study abroad, and even on scholarships
great.
for those that can't afford. But what happens is that quite a number of them are based on merit.
Oh, great.
So merit being that they look at the results, they
Okay.
look at your leadership potential,
Oh, great.
they look at, are you servicing
Oh,
your
great.
community and not
Great,
just
great,
your
great.
interests.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. So
So-
but where do I imagine I'm watching you today, and you know, I want to do my degree. I want, you know, my undergraduate degree. I want to do my master's or PhD. Like, where are these opportunities found?
You know, we sit on Facebook the whole day and look around different stories, and we're reading about people who are doing this, who are doing that, when we could actually be researching on what opportunities are there for me to
us.
advance
Right,
myself.
right.
There are so many opportunities on the internet for scholarships, for training programs, for fellowships, and etc. Everything that you need to know is on Google.
Wow.
It's on Facebook.
Wow.
It's on LinkedIn.
Wow.
It's on most of the platforms that we are already
Great.
accessing.
Great.
Yeah, so that's what I would say.
Great. That's a good point, actually. I love the fact that, you know, we have a lot of time, you know, like young people and even the young adults. Actually, we spend so much time on social media, but how much time do we actually spend to Google and to research for these amazing opportunities that are there for us? So it's a challenge for you, you know. So anything else before we close this particular video? Like, do you have any advice to young people, to young adults, or
Yeah, I think one thing that I would like to talk about or close with is just to let people know, you know, nowadays there's this thing coming up to say, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you don't really need education and things like that. But I want you to know that education doesn't just mean academics.
Oh, great.
You know, education is learning.
Oh, right.
Learning. You can learn in many ways. That too is education. So for someone who's feeling like, okay, so I don't have anyone to sponsor me, I can't access any of these scholarships, therefore I won't do education. You need to do education, and there are so many ways in which you can do it. You can go to libraries. You can actually, most young people have cell phones, have smartphones. You know, those are what you can use to be able to access the materials. And right now I will tell you that there are many websites that offer free courses online. So you can actually do courses online, build up on certificates and graduates